Me pongo a pensar en ti, mi amor. Down in Tungerville, baby, what a thrill. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, E.L. Guy, Juan Mendoza. Tonight's special guest, La Gran Diva Stefani Montiel. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com. Musician Danny Farias. Marasul Tequila. Taste the new face of tequila. Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas. The Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Jamie's Record Shop, and Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
Oh my gosh, she's here! She's here! Oh, sorry. Fanboy.
What happened? All of a sudden I heard screaming in my ear. I was like, somebody got tortured.
She's here.
I thought D got tortured for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the Three Amigos show. Of course, we're broadcasting live on YouTube and, of course, on Facebook, and we'll be streaming on Tejano TV, which you can download on Roku, and, of course, on Fire Stick. I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, my baby Lila Cervantes with Lila Lisa Promotions, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Danny Farias, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and, of course, Marasul Tequila, the new face of tequila. I am El Mas Chigon, Juan Mendoza.
I'm Baby D.
Midnight Mariachi, Marcus Daniels.
And our guest today is...
Stefani Montiel.
We have La Dueña in the house. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us. It's a complete honor to have you on our show.
Likewise. Thank you all so much. I'm super excited to be on with three of my favorite guys on here. And
we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Right on. You're gonna spoil us more now.
This is really cool, and kudos to you guys for all that you're doing for the industry, for all the hard work you put into this. You can see just from the promo that comes on, everything you guys have been doing. Great job, everybody.
And I want to say real quick to everybody out there who's a big Stefani Montiel fan like us, somehow, some way, y'all made it possible. The fans voted, and Stefani Montiel has swept all of our countdowns for the week. They made it number 20, top 20 countdown, number 1, top 10 music video countdown, number 1 with Hasta Cuando, and of course, top 50 most played songs came in number 1. So congratulations went out to Stefani Montiel and the crew. Awesome job.
That is really cool. How awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks to everyone out there that voted and who's loving the new music. We appreciate y'all so much. This is a group effort. We can't do this without you guys out there, and especially without you guys here on Mas Chingon and, of course, the Three Amigos show. Thank you guys all so very much because, we help each other out, and we're very, very appreciative of all the love and support you give us.
Dang, she's smooth.
This ain't her first rodeo.
Yeah, she's ready to go. Ready to go.
I've been at it a minute.
Hey, I've known her ever since she started in the industry. She was like, what, 3?
Something like that, yeah.
No, she started singing at 5 years old, so that's like super amazing. So, but we're glad to have you here, Steph. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh.
I treat her like the female James Brown. Has the tightest band in the industry. Always on the road, busy, staying busy, working. You guys.
Thank you.
No, I think she's more the Mariah Carey of the industry without the drama.
I try to steer clear of it. Somehow, though, I guess we all go through drama in our lives, but try to steer clear of it as much as possible.
I simply love the way you've evolved over the years, and your image and your brand just keeps getting just enormous. It's wonderful to watch, and the photos you take, the way you present yourself, and it's
Yeah.
the reason you're at the top of the industry right now. And it's just like, come on, 3 Latin Grammys, 3 Grammys. Let's see how many countless other awards. It's just like,
Thank you. No, it's been a long road. It really has been, and it definitely. I mean, you guys know just as well as I do. This hasn't. It's never an easy road. It's never just handed to you. You've got to stay out here and hustle every single weekend. You've got to be out there doing everything that you possibly can, and I attribute a lot of that success not only to my family, but to Gabriel and to the, like you said, the amazing band that I have behind me, because we all know that that plays a big part in everything that we do. So we have to have a great group of people. It takes a great unit to make this work. And so I'm very, very blessed to have that.
This year, it really shocked me the past few months because you were very low key through almost most of the year. Very low key, hardly anything was being said or whatever. All of a sudden, bam. EP was with 6 or 7 tracks. All of a sudden, bam, 6 or 7 videos, and now you got a brand new release outside of that. And I was like, damn, what the hell? Where did you come up with all this?
yeah, I wanted to ask about that.
It was time. We hadn't released a single since Quédate con él, which was last January. So it had been quite a while. And, for me, I have to sometimes kind of, if I don't feel something is ready to come out, music wise, if I don't feel it's the right time to release a song, I will just kind of I won't. And I've told Gabriel before, I don't want to release music just to release music. I don't want anything that's subpar. I don't release music that I don't feel completely strongly about. That if I don't love it, I don't think people are gonna love it either. So yeah, and plus he's always super busy with people like Marcus, like they keep it.
Yes, I try to keep him busy.
And a lot of the other artists that he works with. So Gabriel's just constantly busy, and so I take that time to really just, we go through the songs, we listen to them, we'll change things, and sometimes we'll completely just, even if it's almost done or if it is a done song, we'll throw them out, because if we're not feeling it and it's not the right time, then we'll move on to something else. And that's kind of what happened with this. The Viento project is something that I had been kind of contemplated doing for a while. And I wanted to release songs that I used to listen to in my studio back in New Mexico. And I say studio, it was my bedroom. But my dad bought me some recording equipment. And so I made it my recording studio. And I used to get all the records, albums from Sony and from Capitol. And I would buy all the albums of all the artists that I, and which was every single artist in Tejano at the time. I had my walls covered in albums because each song represented something different to me. There was always one song on an album that just really grabbed me and just really, I wanted to learn different styles and the different nuances of each artist. And so this Favoritas album was kind of a tribute to those artists. And believe me, I'm not done, because we couldn't fit them all on one. So we're like, okay, we're going to do some EPs.
Wow.
Well, okay, now, wait a minute here. Now, what kind of strategies is that? Because absolutely nobody releases 7 songs, one on top of the other, unless the strategy was, I'll just be in the top 10 for every position. Nobody can compete. There'll be no challengers to you. Nobody
Squash the competition. Squash them.
Every record company they will release one song and they'll let it simmer for as long as possible before releasing the next. But you released all 7 songs at once. Why? Tell me why.
Juan, did you want to chime in?
Hold on. Before you get to the point, I was just like, I'm surprised she didn't take all 7 top spots first.
I guess, it was just, we had waited too long. It had been such a long time. And so we were we had this single that we had been working on. Then we had this Viento thing that kind of, so I didn't kind of, elaborate on the whole Viento thing. So Gabriel's studio that he works at, his partner is Ramon Gonzalez Mora, who is a huge songwriter in the Mexican music market. So when we were kind of talking one night, we talked about, that I wanted to do these songs, and he was like, well, why don't you let me release it under my label, and we'll release it under Viento, and Gabriel's released some music under Viento as well, which is kind of just a side project. And so I thought, well, great, that'd be amazing, because that would be a way for us to kind of release those songs, and we'll kind of just put those out and see how people like them. They may love them, they may hate them, but it wasn't really about that for me. It was just that I loved the songs, and I wanted to pay tribute to those artists so badly. And so I figured, you know what, let's just put them out there. People already know these songs, and and then we'll release our music after that. But it's been crazy. People are loving it, and everywhere we go, they're like, "Can you play the Mas song, or can you play the Amigos song?" They're like loving this stuff, and I was really happy about it. And we've had some negative comments, and people saying, "Why is she doing remakes?" And so it's kind of like I got to go back into the story of why. And it's really just to pay homage to those amazing artists that inspired me to be the artist that I am today. And like especially like there's songs like Roberto Pulido's song, Leche Envenenada. Like I used to practice that song, and I used to ended his notes, and how he just had this he hits those notes that are like no one can hit. And so I really used to love to sing to his songs, because he has such a high pitch, and it just kind of fit in my range. And so it was awesome. So that one's a real special one for me.
Yeah, but you're making the rest of us look bad. Put it that way.
Y'all
you raise the bar once again. It's like
D, you had 20 something songs. You should just release all 20 songs at once. and then do 20 videos too at once.
You got to do a video for each one.
Yeah, you got to do it, man.
I don't think so.
Stephanie, D kind of touched on it a little bit. So he mentioned your brand. So your style, your brand. See, I know a lot of us male bands, we're like, hey, what color you wearing Saturday? That's it. And it'd be Friday night when we mention it. You guys are nowhere near the what color you wearing. You're way beyond that with your image and your style.
Well, you see, she dresses the entire band. I mean, it's different wardrobe. It's different shows. It's like
it's important to you.
It really is. I've always been a big fashion person, and I love to shop. Oh my gosh, like everyone knows that. My Gabriel's like, okay, so when are you gonna start getting rid of some of this stuff that we wear? Like, you can't keep it forever. Like, could you start getting rid of it so you can I keep bringing in more? And he's just like, it's not fitting in the room anymore. So now what? But it's cool, because that's my way of, that's my outlet. I love fashion, and I love just keeping up with what's going on, in California, New York, and everywhere else. I love watching these big artists and seeing what they do, and it's always been something that I've done since the beginning. It's not something that it just kind of happened, and it's really important to me. It's important for this is our image. You guys know that as well as I do. This is our image, and when we're up there on stage, we have to look the part. We have to look just as good as we sound. And so I love when I can when I have a band of guys and girls that are willing to try my crazy ideas, and they're like, sometimes they'll look at me like, you're gonna make us wear what? But no, it's a lot of fun, and I think they've come to enjoy it. And now with the latest the Lone Star Nights tour, we kind of went back to the Tejano kind of roots, and did the more country looking style. And it's been fun, because that was something that I never really did. Maybe early on in my career, when we first started, going to Monterrey, and we were doing kind of the cowboy look then. But it wasn't really ever something that I did. So I wanted to kind of try that on, and it's been a lot of fun, and people have really enjoyed it.
And that's that 1982 cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like
it. It's the urban cowboy.
Yeah.
Out of all the hundreds, maybe thousands of songs, of course, back in the 90s, how long did it take you to narrow it down to 7 songs that you wanted to put on that EP?
So that was the difficult thing. I have a list that's and that's why we're gonna do several others because it wasn't just about the rancheras. There's some ballads in there. There's some cumbias that I wanted to do. So the ballads is up next. So we'll be releasing the ballads here coming up. I've been in the studio with Gabriel. Gabriel's got everything pretty much complete because I don't know if y'all know this, but he pretty much does the entire production. I say pretty much. So I mean, like, yeah.
We're not surprised these days. We're not surprised.
So he played accordion, he played drums, he played bajo, sexto, he played bass. I mean, guitar, everything on the Viento albums. And not because he, didn't want to get our band to do it, but for Gabriel, it's almost easier just to like, breeze through those songs because he knows them by heart because they're his favorite songs, just like they are mine. And he grew up listening to all these songs and learning just like I did from, all these amazing artists. And so Gabe's got the second album or EP almost completely finished already. So get ready for more music.
Well, it's like I told you in Vegas. I think he's got this mad scientist kind of vibe to him where he has a vision and he sees things and he hears things and he puts them into play and it just comes out really, really well. My favorite song by you is still "Ay Papi." That song just drives me crazy. Just the musicality of it. First off, it's just like, you're kidding me. That works so well. It's like, and it's simple. I was like, come on. Why can't I think of something like that? So
that's crazy. That's like one of the only songs I've ever written on my own. Like I literally went into my bedroom one night and I just had the "Ay Papi" part like kind of like in my head, and I'm like, where is this stuff coming from? And I kept asking. I was like, Gabriel, is this someone else's song? Why am I? And so I asked a few people, and they're like, no, I've never heard that before. So I'm like, okay, well then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just kind of write down whatever comes to mind. And I wrote it within maybe like 10-15 minutes, and it just came out so easy. And it's been one of the biggest songs that I've had to date. So that makes me so happy. Thanks.
No, the best songs are always really easy to write and to record. And that'll be my favorite Stefani song of all time to me. I like that song.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's give some shout outs real quick. We have Laura Sainz, Leone Promotions. Says hello from Leone Promotions.
Hi,
hello,
Laura.
Miss Laura. Anita Tina Bear Morales says hello from Michigan. Thank you for tuning in out there in Michigan. They're probably freezing to death out there now. Cindy and Santiago Guajardo says, hi, my queen.
Going out to my Valley people. I love y'all.
Albert Tex, saludos desde Monterrey, Nuevo León, México.
Monterrey, un abrazo, un beso.
Saludos.
Quisitos.
Juanita Chapa says hello from Hondo, Texas. Hola, tres amigos. Hola, tres amigos, and the beautiful Miss Stefani Montiel.
Hey, Juanita.
MC Med White says, how are you guys? We're doing very good.
Thanks, MC Med.
Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. I love that Stefani is bringing old school Tejano back. You are a perfect performer to do it. Flecha Envenenada has been my favorites.
Yes, me too.
Amy Contreras says, my son loves Tengo Celos.
Tengo.
Yes. I caught myself before I said that.
I think that like my baby.
I do that all the time. I'm always like so fast, and then I look back and I'm like, oh, I didn't. No worries.
I think that one probably is my favorite.
That's mine too.
That one. And Anthony Pina says hi.
Hi, Anthony.
Simple hi. Amy Contreras Celos. San Angelo.
San Angelo this weekend.
Stephanie Houston says hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Steph.
Cindy and Santiago says we love you. Quesitos back at you.
Aw, thank you guys.
It's okay. We can't either half the time. So.
Same.
Nice. But yeah, Celos is probably my favorite Stefani Montiel song of all time. And follow up, it probably is Can't Get a Shots.
Hey,
that's an awesome party starter.
Thank you. Thanks so much. It's we have so much fun with these songs, and I mean, you guys know as well as I do that like these songs sometimes come out of nowhere and like come out of the weirdest places. But yeah, Shots is one of those kind of funky. Like it wasn't about shots at all when Gabriel first started writing it, because we laugh about it because my cousin, being from New Mexico, we use a lot of slang and a lot of totally wrong words that are not Spanish words, and they're like kind of like mixed words. So my cousin Jason was here one night in San Antonio. He had moved here from San Antonio. I'm from Albuquerque as well. And so he, we were talking about, we were having a birthday celebration, and he walks in, he says, "Quien quiere queque?" And we're like, "What queque?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, queque, like cake, and I'm like, "That's not how you say cake." And he goes, "It's pastel, it's not queque." So it was like a big joke, a running joke in the family, and we laughed about it. And then one night, Gabriel was writing a song, and he came out with "Quien quiere shots," and so that was what it came from, because he'd never heard that before. He'd never heard "Quien quiere queque" or whatever, but so it turned into "Quien quiere shots," and here we are today, still taking shots. I don't know how many years later.
Yeah, you can use that a lot. You can be like, "Can get it? What you want to eat tonight?" Or
Right?
"Can get it dinner? Can get it dinner?"
Yes. So
So
go.
what's it like that partnership? Because I mean, you've obviously got the fashion and the vision of branding and the look, and Gabriel's got the music and just making it happen. I guess he's the kind of pieces it together for everybody. What's a conversation like? I mean, you're just driving along and just, what do you think about this?
I would like to say it's easy, but we butt heads a lot because his mind is so like, oh man, he has so much in his mind all the time. And I tell him, I'm like, I wish I could clone you. Like, I wish I had like so that so because he's constantly working, like, and I have to tell him like, slow down, like I know, like I think he's kind of like you, Juan, like how you were saying, like you have all these ideas and you want to like everything, and that's how Gabriel is. It's like it's a constant thing. Like he wakes up in the morning and it's like, okay, we need to do this thing, we need to do that, and we forget this, and I'm like, yo, slow down, we just woke up.
Does he have a snooze button that you hit or what?
So I'm like, I wish I could clone you and have like 6 more of you so that you could get all the stuff done that you need to get done, and I could just sit here and like do my fashion.
It's very hard when you have all this stuff in your mind and you try to get it out. And I've had some other people tell me, "Hey, you need to do this. You should do this, and you should do that." I'm like, okay, now I really need to put my foot down and just say stop, because I don't have enough time in the day to to take on any more things. I have Mas Chingon Radio, and now we have Tejano TV, and Dee and Marcus have been a big help, helping me out and stuff. And we have enough going on as it is right now, and I don't have enough to take on any more projects. We only have 24 hours in the day. Maybe we had 48 in the day, maybe, but I have to put my foot down and say, okay, this is enough for now.
Hold on a second. Let's see if this works. Hey Marcus, what do you think about Juan, man? He doesn't slow down. I just muted him, so he can't even say anything right now. And you and I both know that Juan's never going to slow down. He's got a million ideas every single day, and it's up to us to implement these things on our time, which we do not have enough. But we love you.
If he can't do it, he has D. If he can't do it, D'll take care of it.
Wait, he's trying to write it over. Yeah. Hey Juan, you're live.
You're live. He's like, okay, I don't need the paper anymore.
No. Never slow down.
No, it's true. I mean, like we said, I mean, you only have 24 hours in a day, but it's like you got to make the most of those 24 hours. And I know guys like y'all and like Gabriel, you guys definitely do. And although I say we butt heads, it's not in a bad way. It's just, I want him to take care of himself. Like he's always on the go, always busy.
You ain't gotta lie because you're live. You ain't gotta lie because you're live.
Oh no, we butt heads too.
No. Definitely open the door of that. So what's an argument like? I mean, what's the worst thing that's ever happened? No, not the worst. The worst? Who gives in first?
Probably me. I'm very, very, what do you call it?
Easy to work with.
Yeah, I'm easy to work with. He's not. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. We don't fight a whole lot about, I don't know, nonsense. It's just kind of like if it's a fight, it's like it's very, very personal. But it doesn't happen a whole lot. So we've been together. Gosh,
23 years.
27 years.
Wow.
26 years.
Stephanie, you have a huge catalog. So when you walk off stage, what's that one song that go, oh my God, why didn't you play? What do they tell you?
You know, it's probably so this it was probably Celos
So
because we got. I mean, it's after playing it for 30
you
years.
want
You
to
know,
change up your set. You want to
right?
change it up. Yeah.
And but it's like we find that like no matter what we do, people will be like, "You didn't play Celos. Can you come back and play Celos?" We're like, "Oh." So I told Gabriel, you know what? No matter what, we just play Celos every single night without fail. Like it just
Otra, otra, otra.
yeah.
Celos and Soy Feliz. You got to play those all the time.
Yes, those two for sure. Yeah. But you're right though. It's so hard to choose, and maybe that's when Gabriel and I fight because he'll play a song and I'm like, play that song. Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. This I gotta ask because you sing almost every single song of the night. Where do you get the endurance now? I mean, I know that you try to space out the set list where you've got lulls and costume changes and things like that, so you can at least rest your vocal cords for a little bit. But that's awfully rough, being the only singer where you take on 99% of the load. I mean,
well, we actually have kind of changed up the set and the show a little bit. So Gabriel does do a lot of singing now. He'll throw in like some of his music, luces, and all that stuff because people just they love that. They always ask for it as well. My daughter sings in the band now as well, so she's taking on some of the songs. And then we have like an amazing group of guys, and one of the guys, Bob, he plays bass with us. He is an artist as well, and he does a lot of his own music. So sometimes we'll have him sing like a country song or in.
yeah,
So
switch it up. Yeah.
and you guys, I'm sure you've understood that, like, sometimes the sound isn't good. Sometimes you're out there straining, and some things are beyond your control. But I really like to try to take care of my voice. I'm not the best at warming up or anything like that, but I did go to voice lessons very early on in my youth. And my parents felt like that was something that was really important to put me into, so that way I knew how to breathe correctly. I knew how to take care of my voice. I didn't strain. And I think that was just instrumental, if you will, in why I'm still able to sing, all of these songs and in the original keys. I don't change the keys, wherever I recorded those songs, that's the key that I do them in to this day.
To this day. Yeah, I know. That's amazing to me because I listened to the evolution of your voice from back in the 90s to present day. You've not only gotten so much better. Who's your favorite artist? Because who do you feel that you emulate closely? Because you do some things now with your voice that are just outstanding. I mean, I can go, well, that's you.
Thanks. Thank you. It's so hard to pinpoint one artist.
Yeah.
As I'm getting older, like I mean, I listened to like Dolly Parton when I was younger. I listened to Linda Ronstadt. She was probably my favorite when I was younger. And then it became like Madonna and Mariah Carey. And then, like from there, it was, of course, like a lot of the Tejano artists. It was Selena and it was Shelly and it was, Lydia Mendoza.
Oh, yeah.
Delia was a big inspiration to me. I just think that all these girls, all these women had something so unique. And Laura Canales, like just their voices were just so unique and so different. And I studied them. I literally sat in my studio, in my room, and I would study and I would listen and I would emulate. Because I knew at a very early age, like you mentioned earlier, I started singing when I was 3. My dad had me on stage with a mariachi at 3 years old. I started getting paid at 5 because they would only give me cherries.
You bring home the money, dear.
So when I started recording, like it was kind of like I would listen to all these girls, and one that I really liked was Tiffany. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, Tiffany.
She had kind of like a little raspiness, and and so I just took a lot of those different artists, and I tried to emulate them in my own way. And I know that I didn't want to copy them, but I wanted their style. I loved their style, and I wanted to make it somehow mine and incorporate it into what I did, because our voices are none of us are the same, but you can learn. You can learn from these people, and you can see what works for them and what their their strengths are. And for me, like it was, I've always kind of dealt with, and I've never ever like kind of said this on camera or on a
Say
podcast.
it now. Speak the truth, honey. Speak the truth. Oh, go ahead.
But I've always dealt with like a cracking in my voice since I was little, and we don't know why. We don't know why it happens. But I used to struggle with it, and that's part of the reason why I started going to vocal classes. And it got more prominent through the years. And so I was like, you know what? This is gonna become part of who I am. And when I crack my voice, that's my feeling. And so I actually do it a whole lot more now, because to me, it almost feels just natural. It feels right. And so that's just been part of who I am now. And, throughout the years, I think, like you mentioned, I feel like I've gotten better. I feel like, just being able to use my voice, because in the 30 years that I've been in this industry, there's never been a time where I stopped music. It's been the entire 30 years. I didn't stop and, get a side job or I, had my kids. No, I stopped I think I had both my kids. I stopped at the 8-month mark. And then a week after I had them both, I was back on the road. So it was just like, this is my life. This is how I supported not only myself, but my family. My parents were, they depended on me as well. And so it was something that, like, if this train's not moving, like, Stefani better get back on and get going. So,
and kudos to your mom and dad, because they really, really worked hard to give you, I guess, the opportunities or put you in those situations where you would flourish and just become better. I remember I used to go jogging in the mornings. I went jogging at 4:30 in the morning, and I would they kept their bus near my house, and I would see your dad out there 5:30 in the morning getting the bus, and I was like, the old purple monster.
Yes. It was so funny. We put like real, like, regular, it was completely gutted. And so we put like actual, like, living room, like, sofas in there. But oh my gosh, we had the best time in that bus. And we, like, some of my earliest, like, fondest memories are in that bus. And like my kids both learned to walk in the bus. So yeah, I attribute my daughter's dancing skills to her having the good balance that she had
from the bus.
Not only did you have your parents and Gabriel, but you'll have your sister on stage, now you have your daughter on stage with you. It's the whole family affair. Huh?
It really is, and I'm so lucky. I don't know what I would do without my family. Like, they've been the biggest help to me, because I did have my kids early on in my career. I was only 2 years into my Tejano music career, where we had basically uprooted the whole family, come to Texas, and bet everything on me and my career. And so when I got pregnant, oh yeah, this was real scary for me, because I was like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do now? And I got a lot of backlash. I got a lot of people saying that I was never going to amount to anything, and that I was just a statistic, and that there went my career, and what a waste. And, like, against all odds, I was like, no, this is not going to stop me. And I had a family that loved me and cared about me and was behind me 110%. And they, my parents went on the road with me. We took the kids on the road, and we made it work. We had to. And so, here I am, 30 years later, and now my daughter's on stage with me, and, my son's doing his own thing. He works for a bank, and we're still all together and still part of everything that, that we built as a family.
Okay. Moment of truth and total honesty.
Okay.
This was always going to happen. You've always felt it all your life, didn't you? You knew this was going to happen, and there was no way you were not going to do this.
Absolutely. I knew it. I knew it before we came here. I knew that, and I think that's why I had to move. I told my parents, I'm like, okay, I'm moving to Texas. Because I came for the first time to the Tejano Music Awards, and I don't remember what year it was. It was 80 something, 87, 88, something like that. And I mean, I was shook. Like, there's no other word to say. I was just like, oh my God, I have to be part of this. I fell in love with San Antonio. I fell in love even more with the music. I fell in love with all the artists even more, because I got to see them in person and got to meet them. I was just like, no, I have to be here. I have to be part of all of this. And my dad was like, okay, you can do this, but you're not doing it until after you graduate. So you're gonna graduate, and then we'll see what happens after that. And like right after high school, I got signed with Capitol, and I mean, it was like a whirlwind. It was like after that, I was just we came here, we recorded at Zaz Studios.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then it just it just started from there. It was like after that, it was just everything just took off, and it's crazy to think back 30 years.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in, of course, we have La Dueña, Miss Stefani Montiel here with us here on the Three Amigos show. But let's go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to play a music video. And just to let everybody know, this music video came in #1 on our top 10 music video countdown for the week. So thank you guys so much for voting. Make sure you guys continue to vote. Go to maschingonradio.com. Cast your votes every single day. And I know it's Gabriel Zavala. I see him over there pointing, clicking the mouse every 5 minutes.
You left me.
He probably went to go vote again. That's why. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and play this video right here. And this one is a David Lee classic with Jay Perez, Hasta Cuando, right here on the Three Amigos show.
Sin tener yo ninguna noticia, pretendiendo en la haberte olvidado, ya mi cuerpo se encuentra cansado y tú de mí ni te has acordado. ¿Hasta cuándo va a terminar esta pena? ¿Cuándo me voy a mi pecho herido no encuentra el alivio? Mi única esperanza es que vuelvas conmigo. Stefani Montiel. Tanto tiempo esperé tu regreso, cuántas noches de vino y desvelo, esperando a ver si con el tiempo se cerraba esta herida que tengo. Sin tener yo ninguna noticia, pretendiendo el haberte olvidado, ya mi cuerpo se encuentra cansado y tú de mí ni te has acordado. ¿Hasta cuándo va a terminar esta pena? ¿Cuándo me voy a librar de esta cadena? Y a mi pecho herido no encuentra el alivio. Mi única esperanza es que vuelvas conmigo.
Are you having trouble getting your music to the radio and internet music stations? Lila Lisa Promotions is the answer. Lila Lisa Promotions, an industry leader for over 12 years in artist media representation. Lila Lisa Promotions handles some of Tejano's best and brightest. Artists like the Midnight Cowboy from Waco, Texas, Marcus Daniels. Actor, singer, humanitarian, Danny Farias. The Tex-Mex Cowboy, George Mercado. Juan Guerrero y los Chicanos featuring Gigi Guerrero. The TikTok singers, now Tejano stars, the Ibarra Boys. Musician, singer, and educator, Maritza Gomez. The winner of Tejano Idol, Carlos P. Garcia. Tejano crossover artist, Ronnie Lucero II, Romelo. And D and Delia of Culturas with the debut of their 2024 album. When you're in need of media representation, hire the best. Lila Lisa Promotions.
All right. And that was Hasta Cuando, Miss Stefani Montiel. Awesome video. Where was the location for that video?
We have our good friend Roland. He's the owner of TCT, the Texas Trocas. I don't know if you guys know of they had a TV show on the Discovery Channel, and they're out in like the I think it's Pleasanton.
Pleasanton, yeah.
So it was filmed at his ranch. Yeah. So shout out to Roland Mendez. We appreciate all the love that he always gives us. He shows us a lot of support.
Whoever did the video shots did like a perfect shot the whole time. You know, you guys were evenly spaced out in the same spots and just, you know, of course, jamming to the music, but it was like perfect shots. Even right there. From like it was
Gabriel direct that? Yeah, I know that. I know that guy's work.
Well,
I don't know if he was behind the camera though. At the same time, he was
playing.
So
this is the crazy thing. So we had everything set up. We were like ready to go. We're out there waiting for the people, like for all the band to get there and all that good stuff. And at the last minute, the guy that was supposed to film the video was like, "I'm not gonna be able to make it," and we were just like, "Okay." So
too many things are in motion. We can't cancel.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Gabe was like, "You know what? Okay, let's do this. We can do this." So he set up like our, like we have a real nice camera. So he set that up. We actually set up iPhones and we freaking put them in different places. And Gabriel's just like, make this happen. We don't have another option. So
technology.
Gabriel, he always finds a way. And if any of y'all out there that know Gabriel or that have worked with him, I'm telling you, he always makes it happen without fail. So I'm just, and I say that, in the most amazing, wonderful way, because he is such an asset to everything that I do and anything that he does for anyone else. He goes above and beyond, and he will, do his absolute best for anyone, not just myself, but anyone that he works with. And I know that Marcus can attest to this.
I thought he was a madman because for my video, he has a whole storyline, like it looked like a script. And I was like, we can't do this in 2-3 minutes, man.
I told him, I'm like, dude, you're going to freak Marcus out. Like, this is like a lot. Like, he got into like super detail. Yeah. And then he like actually did it. And we were like, wow, okay.
Wow, yeah. It's a little, I call it a novella.
It was. I was freaking out when I saw this script. And I'm like, Gabriel, are you really going to be able to deliver this? And he was like, yeah, we're going to make it happen. I already got all the people. I got all the actors. And he's like, and I got this and I got that. And I'm like, I don't know how your brain
magic
hold that much information.
He's magic.
Yeah. Let's give some shout outs real quick. We have Vic Gonzalez. He says hello. Awesome, Vic. Hopefully you're doing better after the awards. Amy Contreras is beautiful. We have Cindy and Santiago. They're always so fun, down to earth, and cute.
Love you. Thank you.
She is a Mariah Carey of Tejano, hands down.
Now Mariah Carey is the Stephanie Sullivan of pop music.
There you go.
I wish.
There you go. Candice Vargas is absolutely an amazing vocalist. Hello, Candice.
Hey, girl. Yay.
Out there in New Mexico. Chrissy E says aloha.
Hey,
awesome artist. We had her on the show last week.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Yes, Queen still staying relevant and taking names. Keep kicking booty.
Dude, you gotta say it right though. Yes, Queen.
I can't do like that.
Now stand around with it and take it names.
Love all her music.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Stephanie, Mr. Albert Miranda.
How are you?
He's watching in on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Saludos para la dueña, Stefani Montiel. May God continue to bless you and your beautiful family. Always great interview with the Three Amigos show, Alma and Danny Noyola. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Go, Gabriel Zavala, go. Marcus, she said iPhones.
Oh Lord, I'm an Android guy.
Oh, okay. That's where that came in.
But I have to like come to y'all's like I don't know if it's a rescue, but anyway, Gabriel, I promise. He kept saying he's like the quality of the pictures and the videos are better, and I'm like, no, they're not. When he filmed the video with his phone, they were so much better, y'all.
Man, I had an Android for so long, and I used to go out to shows and try to record, and the audio came out so distorted. And then my wife, she was like telling me, "You need to get an iPhone." I was like, "Hell no, I'm not getting no iPhone. I'm an Android guy." So I got an iPhone, went out there, and I was like, "Damn, this thing looks awesome now." Then all of a sudden they came out with the 4K quality and the sound's awesome. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm an iPhone guy now."
Yeah, no, they're good, but I don't know if it's just Gabriel's phone, but it takes some amazing pictures and amazing video. So I have to give it up to that Android man right there.
Androids.
Prove me wrong.
Stephanie, bring back my husband's song "Mi Tesoro," so romantic.
It's on the ballots.
Yes, we have the ballot up, so you never know.
Yes.
You never know, she says. You never know.
I am San Antonio, Texas. Aloha, Three Amigos. Aloha, Atu.
Aloha Atu.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. That's from last week.
Yeah, I lost track of those. I still have that one phrase written down, but we're not going to use that.
Go Android.
Go Android. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, it's Android. So how do you? Okay. If anybody's ever gone to Stefani Montiel's Facebook page, you see she's busy, but then you see all these vacation things. You see the parties at the house. When do you sleep? I mean, because you are. It's like every day there's something.
We're not that busy. We try to keep a nice balance between work and family. Although family is very much involved in everything we do with work. Gabe and I have a grandbaby now, so we're glam parents, and and so we try to take as much time as we can to spend time with Saint, and then of course with our son Jalen. He's not on the road with us. We're trying to get him to come on the road with us because he sings amazing, but he still hasn't gotten to that point yet where he understands that he could actually make money doing this.
So who was Disney for? Was it for the kids or was it for you guys?
So Gabe actually went out there to do a collaboration with Tortilla Factory and Paula de Anda, the one that they just released just recently. And he was like, "Hey, y'all want to tag along?" And I'm like, "LA, tag along? Heck yeah!"
So it was work. It wasn't a vacation. They're working, D. They're working.
They make it seem like it's a vacation, but they're working too, and it's like, how?
Yes. So we try to balance, like I said, sometimes if we get a chance to go, outside of Texas, we'll try to stay a couple days extra, or just try to take a little bit of time to do, something for us as well. So this trip that Gabe made to LA, I was like, we had just come back from Milwaukee. We had done the Milwaukee Festival out there, the Mexican Fiesta, and we got back, I think, on Sunday, and then we had Monday to kind of just chill out, and then we took off to LA on Tuesday. And so we were out there for that whole week, and we decided while we were there, we were going to take the kids and Saint to Disney and just, have a day that, I mean, it's never enough time to go to Disney for one day.
Yeah.
But we made the most of it, and we had a great time. We went to the beaches, and then Gabe, they were recording at the beach, so that was really cool too. So we got a chance to, it was like you just make the most of whatever you can while you're there. So that's what we.
There was another function. I don't know if it was convention. I want to say California or Las Vegas. You were there with a lot of other artists. What was that?
Yes, so y'all know David and Sarah Chavez. They put on
Of
the
course.
convention in Vegas, and they do several other events, throughout the year. And this was one. It was called FEM, and it recognized a lot of just women in Latin women and minority women who have done great things and who've been inspirational to not only women but to everyone. And so so they honored MC Light, they honored Sheila E that night. Dolores Huerta was there.
Oh wow.
And so I was asked to go and sing America the Beautiful. And
Nice.
and then Sheila E pulled me up on stage, and my lifelong dream was yeah, she's been my favorite since I was young, and I always wanted to play timbales because of her. But then I love to dance too, so I couldn't dance behind the timbales. So I'm like,
Right.
So you've had a wondrous and illustrious career. What would have been Plan B? What would Stephanie Sullivan have become?
I would have probably had to do something with fashion because I love anything in the beauty stuff. Like I had started a makeup line early on in my career. Also, I had Luscious Cosmetics, and we released that in the Tejano industry and kind of worked that for a while. So it would have definitely been something in the beauty industry.
Huh.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm just imagining in my head. Okay. Cool.
So now you're working on more of these EPs. What other artists can we expect you to cover?
Just to give away the game plan. Go ahead, Juan.
There's going to be a lot of females coming up because I didn't really get to do that on the rancheras. So definitely contribute to some of my favorite female artists and some of the songs that inspired me again when I was living in New Mexico. So you can expect some of that. I'm not going to tell you who, so I don't it's a secret. But yeah, they're great songs, and I know you guys are gonna love every single one of them because they're all huge hits, and just songs that they're gonna take you guys back. Just like they, every time I hear them, I just I think of my humble beginnings, because we're not a family that came from money, and we didn't grow up with a lot of money. My parents had 4 kids, and boy did we we struggled. We weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouths. My parents worked very hard. My dad was a musician, and then they opened up a satellite business. I don't know if you guys remember, like they put in big old satellite dishes to go out, and they would install those for people. And we'd go out there and work with them sometimes. My mom and I would be kind of digging ditches and digging like holes where they'd put the pole in, and so we definitely worked hard for what we had, and it's like it takes me back to those times of listening to those songs and just dreaming about coming to the Lone Star State, coming to Texas, and being a part of this beautiful industry. And oh God, I'm getting emotional. Why am I getting emotional?
Well, I'm going to change that right now because you grew up from humble beginnings, but now your kids have been born into the lap of luxury. What are your kids like, and do you get the chancla out for your kids?
Oh, definitely did that. Yeah, definitely did that. My daughter was like, "Y'all used to spank me hard," and I'm like, "Not me, it was your dad." No, I mean, I believe that I definitely believe that kids need to be disciplined, and we did do that, but in a loving way. It was never in a harmful way. It was never to be
malicious or mean. Yeah, no.
We always, all of us,
because they deserved it.
Yeah,
she was one of those mothers in denial. I never hit you, you liar.
No, I did. I spanked my kids. I did. But yeah, but it's like, like sometimes I think, I don't know. I think sometimes people are a little too lenient these days, and then they're, it's like
No, speak your mind. Let's talk about the entitled kids of today, how we'd like to just kick the crap out of all of them. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I believe in, supporting our kids for who they are and for what they do and their dreams and, all that stuff. But there comes a time when, if they do wrong, they need to understand that that's not okay. There are things that they can't do and that they shouldn't do. And, we're not going to turn the other cheek, and we're not going to, say, okay, well, that's all right because you're our kid. No, if something's wrong, it's wrong. And you need to understand that. So.
With me, I made a promise to my children. I said, if you break a rule, you're breaking a rule. You're forcing me. I have to punish you. It's a promise I made to you. You break the rules, I've got to punish you.
I like that.
Oh, they expected it.
Who was more of the disciplinarian in the family, you or Gabriel?
Well,
probably Gabriel.
There's the younger, and then there's the person that actually does it. So which one is she?
I was the guy. You guys do that. I'm gonna. But then it would be Gabriel. Gabriel had to follow through for me.
You guys played the good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
You were not one of those counters. Don't make me come in there. 5, 4, 3, 2.
No, I wasn't one of those.
Oh, good. Thank you. Oh.
And never show up, and you'd be like, "Don't let me count again."
I know, really. It's like, and they go, "Yeah, you're not going to do anything."
Now it should be the job of the glam parents to spoil Saint. So are you going to spoil them or what? You should spoil
Marcus,
him.
you have no idea. This boy, like this. Okay, now this one can do no wrong. Like this one, no, there's no spank in this one. He's amazing. And everyone, I always heard everybody say, you love your kids, but your grandkids, it's like it's something different, and it totally is. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like this weekend we were leaving to Florida, and he had to stay with his dad, and I'm like, like crying when we were leaving, and I'm like, I don't want him to stay, I want him to go. And Gabriel's looking at me like, you're crazy. Like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm just so used to him because I take care of him. I take care of him all week. Like he's with me, like, from morning till night when my daughter gets home from work. And that boy is like, he's my shadow. He's everywhere with me, and I just love him so much. And it totally is a different kind of love. Like it just, I mean,
do it again, Stephanie. No, do it again because I've never seen this part of you where you were imitating crying.
I'm so bad. Like I literally cry, like ugly cry. Like
you know why you get close to your grandkids is the fact that you can give them back at the end of the day.
I don't even want to. I'm like, where's my son? Where's my son?
Oh, we had a comment here. D is Dr. Phil.
No, hush. Thank you, Chrissy.
It's the Hano time, buddy, out there in Dallas Fort Worth. Says Stephanie! Exclamation point.
Well, I got a bone to pick with him.
Nicole Cavazo says, hi, Stefani Montiel. Can't believe I missed the first part. You can always watch it later.
Buddy. It's because it's you.
It'll be on YouTube, Facebook, the Hano TV, Mastering on Radio, and everywhere, man. So you can
he's got time to criticize other shows, but then this one's the one he misses. Yeah, good for you, buddy. I've got a bone to pick with him.
Aww. Don't be too hard on him.
Daniel Martinez says, hola, raza. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. Stephanie S. She loved her grandbaby. Nando Lozoya. Hi, Stephanie. Quesitos.
Quesitos.
Loco. Vert Ibarra. Loco.
Oh my gosh. I cannot say enough good things about Vert and all the guys from Completo. Like, they killed it this past weekend in Florida, and they made us feel so much at home, and just like the best sound and lights. Oh my gosh, because y'all sound is horrible.
You remember?
Horrible. Oh my gosh, these guys went above and beyond, and I cannot say enough great things about Grupo Completo and Vert. All of the guys, they're amazing group of guys. Thank you so much, Vert. We love y'all. We love Completo. Yes.
Yes. And you guys can check out Grupo Completo, of course, on Mas Chingon Radio, and of course, some of their videos are on Tejano TV as well. So make sure you guys check them out on our
That's a good
show.
one.
And hey, I gotta promote. D, you're up.
I'm up. Huh?
Your PI.
It's an hour, 1 hour.
Oh, is it already?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the part of the show where this is a 1 hour show, but unfortunately, Tejanos, when you get them talking, will not shut up, and we have a great time. We have had the time limit, the longest running interview is 2 hours and 2 minutes, and that was Buddy. Tejano time. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you. A Buddy from Tejano time. Shelly came in second with an hour and 50-something minutes. And Stephanie, if you've got time tonight, let's break the record. We'll go for like a 3-hour interview, and we'll have breaks, things like that.
I'm gonna have to find some more videos. We're gonna have to dig in the vault.
Wow, it's been an hour already. No.
Yeah.
Pull out one of those videos with I'm trying to figure out if is that Gabriel in the background of these videos, man. I don't know if he's on keyboards or what. I keep staring at him like,
I see him every now and then, but he was like playing the accordion or playing the keyboard, but he's always looking somewhere else. Like I don't know what exactly he's looking at.
Because it's the look at me. I'm looking.
Yeah, like Stephanie's over there singing in front of him, but he's looking like way over here.
he's styling in profile and
So I
styling.
don't know
in
if there was a
profile.
screen that he was looking at. Say, man, make sure you give me
Gabriel, since you're not here to defend yourself and she's just throwing you under the bus here, I'll defend you, my friend. Yeah, no, that's not editing, folks. They choose the shots, and yeah. Move along. Let's move along.
All right, but we do have another video for everybody here off the same EP.
Is it Kissing Pals?
No, we don't have a video
we're gonna save that
Not
one
yet.
for last. We're gonna save that one for last. We do have the audio for that, but we're gonna save that one for last. But we do have one. It's a Roberto Pulido classic. At first, I want to hear D do his impression of Roberto Pulido.
Oh, wait. Nobody shut up. Listen, the last time I was here, I had a great time. Stefani Montiel, you did a great job on doing one of my songs. And I just want to say, híjole, come down to Edinburgh and we'll sing together. I can do impressions of Roberto simply because I still owe him $100 from a card game. That I still owe him $100.
All right, but this is
He's
awesome
inviting
video.
me to go deer hunting at 5:00 in the morning in Edinburgh, but he told me, "Yeah, the only thing I gotta say to you is run." So continue on.
But this is an awesome video right here, and of course her rendition of Flecha Envenenada right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Mira, qué fuerte me tiras. Mira, te llevas mi vida. Mira cómo hieres a diestra y siniestra. Por ser como eres, te llaman la flecha. Todas esas noches te he estado soñando que eras una flecha y me estabas matando. Yo sentí mi pecho como te clavabas y como sangrabas a mi corazón. Flecha envenenada, salte de mi alma. No sé cómo puedes estar satisfecha si eres una flecha en mi corazón. Flecha envenenada, salte de mi alma. No sé cómo puedes estar satisfecha si eres una flecha en mi corazón.
drop on?
Oh, it's like,
I don't know. I was gonna play a drop, but somehow it got stuck. Well, we'll get to it later on, though. No. But that
Well, you
was,
see,
that was an awesome version of that song.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's my dad on sax.
yeah, that's what my
Yeah.
question. That was cool.
And Joe Vic Reyna, I gotta send a shout out to Joe Vic. He came and he helped us out with that as well. So yeah, so my dad's a
Yeah.
singer, like I mentioned earlier, you know, he's a musician, and that's how I kind of just fell in love with music, period. My parents gave me a 45, or I guess it was just a record player, like, you know, but he'd only give me 45, so I could only.
Let's spin albums on you.
So I started stealing his good ones when he would leave, and I was there. I would be listening to Chicago and oh my gosh, just like and Tower of Power and like all this other stuff, and I got into his Tejano collection, and that's when I really started falling in love with Tejano music. And Laura Canales was probably one of the first ones that I just fell in love with, and so yeah, so it was because of my dad that I really got involved in music. Period.
Did he enjoy working with you?
You mean for these
videos? Yeah,
I think he did. Yeah, because it's been a while since he's picked up his sax. He had a couple heart attacks, you know, in the past few years, and so it's a lot harder for him to, you know, to have all of that power to blow the sax now. And but I think, you know, him being up there and dancing, I didn't see any problems whatsoever with his.
Oh no.
Oh man, we have Buddy here. He says, "What did I do? I'm an open book."
Buddy will speak privately.
Uh-oh. Oh, I love Stefani Montiel. She is beautiful.
She's showing up.
Where it says, "Thanks, Stephanie. When are you coming up to the DFW?"
I'm so sad. We were actually supposed to be there. I believe it was next week, and we found out today that it's been postponed or changed or something. So this is the second time. So I'm like, no, I want to go back up to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We haven't been there in such a long time. So however you can help us get up there, buddy, we would really appreciate it.
There you go. Work your magic. Work your magic. Chrissy says, D, maybe if you teach her some of your Hawaiian language you learned last week.
Sure. Aloha. Imahu.
Imahu?
Yeah. No. Definitely don't say it. Don't.
I said it.
They taught Christy and Jonathan taught me a bunch of Hawaiian phrases last week that are all all dirty words or bad phrases that you don't say to anybody. So aloha imahu is one. I don't know what it means at all, but I'll say it gladly. And the other one is if you see a fat guy, just don't say aloha papa. That's it. Oh no, I'll play with my boto. Don't play with your boto. Women don't have a boto.
Yeah, just don't say those either.
Moving along. Why'd you post that one?
She said it. Marcus was that on sax?
Marcus Daniel.
Okay. Yeah. Vanessa Rodriguez. Yes, amiga. Bird, hands down the best Tejano female artist in my opinion.
Thank you, Bert. I appreciate that.
We need to bring you back to the 956.
Yes, we got to get down to the valley. We'll be out there next week, but just do radio promotion and all that good stuff. So, but 956, we need to come see y'all.
Thank you. Just moving along there, Juan.
I'd like to know when her and Shelly are going to do another talent search. Lots of hidden treasure out there.
Oh man, actually that was another Gabriel idea. That whole it was called Finding the Next Viva Tejana. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I told you, this guy has always got something up his sleeve, and so yeah, we did a talent search a few years back.
Who won that?
We, some of the girls that I think that Shelly's working with now are some of those girls that we discovered back then. And the winner was from Tulare. Has that how you say it? I don't know. Tulare, California.
Tulare, yeah.
Mercedes Sherrill, she's amazing. Still a very good friend to this day, and an incredible vocalist. Not just in Tejano, but she sings everything, and she's incredible. She's amazing. So, yeah, that'd be cool.
Don't you think there's a problem though when, like for you, it was coming up working hard, playing little dive bars, gaining experience, and becoming and getting better as you climb the ladder. When people have these talent shows, sure they have the talent, but the do
The
they have
stage,
that soul? That's
right?
I mean, how do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
That is it's I mean, that's a valid point, and so many people, I think, like, in today's day and age, that's what is a little bit it's difficult for me sometimes to see a lot of people online and singing and doing stuff like that, because you can sing with Shmuel, and it can help you sound better, and there's auto tune, and there's ways to, like, kind of
Uh,
make you look better, sound better, but when you get up there on that stage, I mean, that's the true test. And it's a little difficult sometimes to to see, like, who's real and who isn't. um but it's like, all of these people, we've got to give them a chance, because that's, we all started like that. We didn't start with the band, we didn't start with the best. I
right.
mean, I definitely wasn't the singer that I am today when I first started. It took a long time to learn my craft and to get better, and we do have to support these young up and coming artists, and but
But
they have to do the work. They have to do the
the hard thing for them to learn though is that when you're up there, it's not about you. It's about that connection to your audience. That
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
something nobody can teach you. You get up there
Right.
and you give love and they give it back, and there's that connection that happens. And people just think I just get up there and sing and look good and I'll be make $1 million. It's
Yeah.
not, it's not
No.
about you.
Absolutely. And that's something, even I still struggle with. That's probably my least favorite thing to do on stage. Is I don't like to talk a lot. I like to get up there and I like to sing and I like to put on a show. But my interaction, sometimes I get a little shy, and a lot of times people are like, "Oh, you're not shy," and I am. I'm actually a very quiet person. Ask, like, any of my friends, like the people that really know me, and I don't talk a lot. I kind of, like, I'll listen and I'll sit there and I'll laugh with you, but I don't do a whole lot of talking. And it's just because that's just me. That's just how I've always been. On interviews, I kind of have to. So I've learned to share my story and my experiences. But if it were up to me, I'm just not a very big talker.
Well, it's a persona you have. It's your alter ego. It's that side of you that you let loose. Because
Yeah.
on stage you can do no wrong. You can get up there and you can act a complete fool, and people will love you for it. They will expect that because you're on stage, but you can't do that in real life out in public. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so I understand it. I'm exactly the same way. I talk a lot here.
Yeah. Well, it's different. I think, this is similar. It's similar, though. It's similar to being on stage. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
you feel kind of comfortable, and especially with, when people, the people you're interviewing with, and you feel comfortable around them, it's so much easier. But yeah, but you're right. You're right. You definitely have to connect. You have to connect with your audience. You have to make them feel part of what you're doing. And I think that that's where, you engage people, and you draw them in.
You don't see that you do that though. That, okay, you
Sometimes I don't feel that, like, it's weird.
Oh my God. Well, okay. You've cultivated an image that you got like it's I don't like to call it a brand. It's just that there's now a mystique and an aura about you. And when you come out on stage, you are more than people expect. And when you perform, you exude this radiance and this eh, a well-deserved dignity, I guess. And people love watching you perform. And so there is that connection because you are what they envisioned. They went hoping to see a queen, and they get one. And
Thanks.
that's a great thing to have. It gives people a lot of
I
energy, a lot of hope, and a lot of love. So yeah, you do a great job. So I don't see how you're like no connection.
Yeah, there's a connection that I think she has it's like a stop, spin, stop. It's a move she does, and automatically the connection to the crowd, just a stop, drop, and a spin, and a rock, and
She's
it's
on
just
fire.
like, yeah, it's a pretty smooth move, man. It's a smooth move.
That's funny. Well,
You're not
thanks.
nervous about that, like with wet floors or cables. You ever get nervous
Oh, yeah,
about your moves up there?
absolutely. Like, and
Okay.
Yeah, if I feel kind of strange, or like if it feels like this like slippery or anything, I won't do that. Like I won't do my spins, because I'm like I've fallen before and it wasn't pretty. So yeah, I kind of, if I'm not feeling it, I'll kind of do little spins or baby spins.
No one does it better though. No one does it better.
What's the most harrowing thing that's happened to you on stage? The most embarrassing, harrowing thing that's ever happened to you?
Most embarrassing? I don't. I've fallen. I did my turn, and the cord wrapped around my ankles. That I couldn't even move, and I was like back and forth, and I just went boom, and I kind of sat, because I was like, if I just let myself go, I'm gonna knock the drums down and everything. I just sat down so that I wouldn't like completely bust it.
Did you continue singing, or did you just pause in shock?
I kept singing, and my sister was like unwrapping the cord from my. It's always good to have family on stage. She's like, "Hey, sister, your hair extension's showing. Hey, sister, like."
She got your back. She got your back.
She totally has my back. Let's see. And then probably one of the scariest things that happened on stage was one night we were playing here in San Antonio at the old Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
And that stage, I don't know if you remember, but it was pretty high. I don't know like how many feet high, but it was taller than me. I'm 4'11", so it was taller than me. And we're up there jamming, just having an awesome show. And this guy keeps like waving at me, and he has a girl standing next to him. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. So like, I always wave at everyone. Like I'm not like flirting or whatever. So like he kept waving, and I'm like, okay, like, and I'd go to the other side of the stage, and I'd come back, and he'd wave again, and I'm like, okay. The next thing I know, the girl that's standing next to him walks up to me, and she puts her hand up like she's gonna shake my hand. And I was like, okay, so she's gonna shake my hand. No, she like literally grabbed my wrist and yanked me off the stage. She pulled me off the stage completely.
Oh my God.
And wow. I was like, oh my God. Like I was totally caught off guard. But luckily I landed on my feet, and I grabbed her by her throat, and I pushed her. I'm not like the type of person that ever would do something like that. But I grabbed her by her throat, and I pushed her up against the thing, and I'm like, why did you do that? And she was mad because she thought I was flirting with her dude. And I'm like,
oh my God.
My husband's right there on the stage. I'm not flirting.
Stephanie has ninja moves.
No, Stephanie went West Side Albuquerque, mofo.
So I think Rebecca Valadez actually got it on video. She told me.
That's it. We're gonna call Rebecca right now.
Yeah. So it was so scary. Like it was one of the scariest things that I mean, I didn't ever expect that. And yeah, I don't know how I landed on my feet, or I don't know. It was crazy, but that's.
In heels, falling off the stage.
Yes. So it was a nuts night for me.
Those are them cat reflexes. You just land on your feet.
He is a superhero, guys. She is a superhero. I knew it.
I'm telling you, man.
No, she's gangster. That's what she is. I know you don't.
Oh man. We had this comment right here. Stephanie, will you ever do a Tejano collaboration with the Colorado, New Mexico musicians?
Say no.
Absolutely. I have to. That's New Mexico's my home state. So in Colorado, it's like Colorado always. Well, come on, D. They, like Colorado's just amazing.
Do you ever implement that New Mexico style since you're from there? Do you ever implement that into your music?
I did an album a few years back. My uncle's a songwriter, and so he writes a lot of like that style, like the New Mexico style. So Gabriel produced an album for him, and I recorded all the vocals on it, and they're very, very traditional, like New Mexico style songs. So so I did that a few years back. Had to help out my family with that album, and it's one of my favorites. Actually, it's totally different than what we do in Tejano, and what my style is. But it was definitely a fun one.
Okay, what is D up to now?
Yes.
There's no telling what. I was just about to ask a question about Dan. He goes away. I'll just ask you, Steph. That performance in Vegas, had y'all done that before ever?
No, and we didn't even get to rehearse, right?
No,
Oh
with
my
no
God.
rehearsal.
He literally jumped up on stage, and I'm looking at, because I was so nervous. Like D is like he's one of the what, like when I talk about like all these artists that I looked up to, like D and Delia were like show wise, there was nobody that could match their show. Like their show was just incredible. And I know now that y'all are coming back, y'all better watch out, like, because this is gonna be incredible. Like serious, it's gonna be amazing.
Thanks for the build-up, Steph.
No, like I
Pressure, pressure.
performing with him in Vegas, like that energy and that, just that, like whatever that is, he still has that.
Oh,
Then
did you get to slap him? Because he usually tells a story about Delia used to really slap him. Did you slap him?
Golpe traidor. I told her she could slap me. I said, please go ahead.
Oh, you should have slapped the hell out of him.
No, I was so nervous. Seriously, I was so nervous to perform with him because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and I was looking at him like, you better like help me with these words because I'm freaking out right now.
But let me tell you something that the audience did not know. Because of COVID, there were 2 members of your band that weren't there that night.
Show up because
And
they got
so
COVID.
Gabriel had his laptop out. He was surrounded by cords and screens on the left side of the screen because he was covering the bass part, accordion part, keyboard part, and all by himself. And so it was just a matter of timing, and they didn't get to rehearse any of this. He had to make it so it felt seamless. And then we had to go out and sing on top of that, and it was fun. I had a great time.
Mind you, it wasn't just D and I. It was also we backed up Tristan Ramos and his brother. So it was like all 3 artists, and it was like mixture of music and songs, and then missing 2 band members. It was just like, oh my goodness. I was nerves were like way past here, and I'm looking at D and I'm like, oh my God, I'm on stage with D.
Guys, what you really don't realize is that how short she is. You turn around and all you see is the top of her head.
Yeah, I think we have a picture together of this is about 6-7 years ago or something, and she's like this short.
I'm so tiny. People don't realize it, and it's like, it's funny because I get people that are like, oh my God, she's so fat. She's so this or she's so that. And I'm like, dude, I'm 4'11". I weigh 130 pounds. I'm like, I know I'm a little bit heavy for my size, but I'm only 4'11".
But the thing is, on stage, you're 10 feet tall. And that's what you exude this, like I said, there's a greatness about you that you exude. And that's what the audience picks up on. And that's what you give them. And that's the love you get back from them. And you're just awesome at it. So.
Thanks.
I'm glad I got to meet you. I'm glad I know you. So,
thanks. No, likewise. And I've been so blessed to have come into the industry when I did. And, it was at the height, the peak of Tejano. And it was just such an amazing time. And I have such great memories. And I've made some wonderful friendships throughout the years. And I'm just so grateful for that. I have so much respect for everyone in this industry. Like all this stuff that's going on and the people that are fighting and this and that's going on, we need to band together. We need to help one another because our industry is it's so beautiful. Like our music is so incredible, and you see that, how it's touching lives again. I feel like it's coming full circle. When Selena was here and Emilio and it was like worldwide. I think we're at that point again, and you're seeing that with, as people will say it's not Tejano, but with Frontera.
I knew you were going there.
They're Texas-based musicians, and it may not be the Tejano style, but they're from Texas, and they're giving Tejano music an outlet again. They're giving us a name again, where we can piggyback off of that, and say, you know what, we're here. We're still here after all this time, and look at what we have to offer. Look at all these amazing artists and musicians and songwriters and producers. And, we can compete. We're just as good, and we don't just sing Spanish music. We do it all and do it well. And so I just feel like this is our opportunity to really just kind of ride those coattails and open those doors again for our industry.
You need to either run for an office, or we need to create a chancellorship for you to represent Tejano music. Yeah, that was very well said. Oh, but what Stephanie doesn't know is that I've been on 3 tours where young ladies, they go, we know where Stephanie lives, and they say we want to drive by her house. And so there have been 3 occasions over the years where they say, that's where she lives. And so you just it's fandom, it's mania. But 3 times I've had to go on that ride to her house. But
why don't y'all stop by? I mean, I may look like this. I might scare y'all, but hey, y'all welcome to come by. Maybe in glammy mode, or maybe not glammy mode, just grandma mode.
Come out in sweats and chanclas and hair in a ponytail. Oh man. Let's see. We have Cindy Santiago. Steph can sing anything from Tejano, country, ranchera, you name it, she can sing it. Her performance is always top notch. She is definitely hands down the best female in Tejano.
Her R&B is killer, guys.
Thanks. Thank you. No,
Let's see. We have back then you used to have the whole package, but I feel like our genre is just praising anything now. The voice is first and personality is everything. I feel like mediocre singers are on the stage now and are half dressed and are praised. You most definitely are the full package, and I've admired that for a long time. Your vocals are outrageous, and I enjoy covering your music.
Aw, thank you. Thanks so much. That means
thank you for writing the book. I'm just kidding.
No.
You know what Stephanie gets away with that nobody else can do? She can wear anything. The rays of light that came from your what is that? A headdress, a crown, or a corona?
Oh, for the Tejano Music Awards, I wore a crown. Yeah, it was so cool. I just saw it and I was like,
it was great.
I'm gonna wear that. It's too cool. I have to wear it.
Nobody else can do that. Nobody. I mean, you can.
Thanks. I'll stop. Thank you. No, but that's part of it. It's so like that's what we're entertainers. Like we can do stuff like that. I mean, Marcus has his all his cool jackets. I'm always like, where'd you find that, Marcus? Like,
that's Cynthia.
And see, like back in the day, it was like the dreadlocks. No one had freaking dreadlocks. Come on now, like it was just like we all have that thing that makes us special and unique. And we all need to celebrate that. I do agree that, sometimes it's not about showing all the skin and all that stuff. If you can, I mean, more power to you, sister. But this glammy, she can't do that no more.
So how many times have you been in the audience, Stephanie, gone, I wish I could dress them?
Oh, that is actually my dream. Okay, so if there's anyone out there that wants to help me with this is something, but it's not in a mean way. Like I've always wanted to open up a clothing store. I wanted to have a boutique that dresses only like Tejano stars. Like that's something that I would love to do. Because I see so many different artists, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be cool for him, or this would be cool for her, or this would be cool for this band. And like I said, we all have something different that we have to offer, or a different style, or a different take on what Tejano music is. We're not all about the cowboy hats and the starched jeans and all that stuff. So that is something that I would love to do someday, is open up a store that caters to the Tejano stars and artists, and maybe someday I'll get that opportunity. We'll see.
Do it. I'll be first in line, because
I'm ready.
I got all my stuff from women's stores. I had to find the largest size in women's jackets and pants and stuff like that, because they didn't do it for guys.
Right. And like I like sometimes some of the stuff that I get for the guys, sometimes like in the past, like not the band right now, but one of my previous bass player, he was like, I'm gonna wear girls' jeans because the guys don't fit right. Like they're like too like big, they're baggy. He's like, I don't want big baggy pants. And I'm like, I get that. Like, so like finally when skinny jeans started becoming a thing, it was kind of like, okay, here we go. Someone got the message, they got the idea that, guys don't always want to wear these big old huge baggy jeans, or whatever it may be. But yeah, I mean, there's always a way around around things that we want to do and creative ways to make that stuff happen. So why not?
I want to see Juan in some skinny jeans. Come on, Juan.
Hell no.
Get him some jeggings.
Yeah, I will strain myself trying to wear those things.
Oh, they stretch really nice. You can bend in them.
So I don't never see myself. I have to be loose fit clothing. I can't wear nothing tight like that.
Oh, why do they call you Sin Nalgas? Why?
Not try it.
My blood will break out of those things and clip my pants. Oh man, they say put D in a dress.
No. I've worn dresses on stage before. Does not frighten me.
Be the next Medea.
No. Oh God, no.
No, I can't do nothing skinny whatsoever. I have to have loose clothing on. You know, the only thing that fits tight is around the waist.
Understandable.
I want to see Marcus, man, in one of those fishnet tops.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So anyway, Casitos.
Change subject, huh?
Is that going? That's going to be on a new CD. I know you got your EPs coming out, but is separate?
So this is separate. This will be on my actual album. That's probably going to be coming out a little bit later because, like I said, these compilations that we're doing for the Favoritas album, this is we're going to be releasing these pretty consecutively here. Like I mentioned earlier, the second one, volume 2, is almost done. I just have to go in and do vocals probably this week or next.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
okay.
You've spoiled the audience. They're going to be expecting another video compilation like that.
We'll see if we can make it happen again. Not on the last videographer because he didn't show up. So
Somebody else.
Yeah.
She keeps on doing with that, man. We're gonna have about an hour or two of just Stefani Montiel
I know
on TV by itself.
They have a mini movie, right?
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
I know.
She's saturating the market. It's all Stephanie. There's no other artists out there anymore.
It just happened.
Smart.
It wasn't by design. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happened that it kind of all kind of coincided.
It just so happened that it's never been done before. It just so happened that this precedes an album that's coming out right on the heels of this. So yeah, it's not by design.
I promise. I pinky swear it wasn't done by design. It just happened this way.
So how many? So is there a set limit of volumes, or are you just gonna keep on going to?
Right now we're gonna do 3. 3 is what is what we're gonna work with right now because we're gonna do we did the rancheras, we're gonna do the baladas, and we'll do the cumbias. So there's still so many so many rancheras that I wanted to do, and there's just so many, seriously, there's a lot a lot of music out there that I listen to and just really just consumed and just I dove in deep and I learned every freaking song, I'm telling you. And I was so in love with it. I was just like, oh my God, I have to do this, and so it was just anything that I could listen to. I just took it all in and I learned as much as I could. And I was so green though. I was, because I hadn't really been exposed to it other than on recording. So when I came out here and I saw the shows, I was like, whoa, what is going on? What is this? And that's when the Rosedale Parks were going on.
Oh gosh.
And Hemisphere had those huge, concerts out there. And just everywhere. Any given week, T-Town and Tejano Rose and all these places that were just constantly having Tejano shows. Randy's
every night and every weekend at the Market Square, the roads were closed down because they had the bands on the street every weekend during the summer.
Yes, and actually, one of the biggest things that kind of just inspired me was when I first came. One of my first friends that I made here in Texas, her name is Monica Gonzalez, And her family was like, "Oh, we got to take you out to Poteet. You know, they have the strawberry festival out there, and they have the pulga. They have the flea market." And I'm like, what's that? New Mexico. Why do I want to go to the flea market? No, they have music out there. And I'm like, at the flea market, girl. So we went out there, and oh my gosh, the 2Gs were playing, and I was just like, I mean, I literally stood next to the stage, and I fell in love. I fell so deeply in love with the Dos Gilbertos sound. I was like, oh my God, what is, I didn't know what conjunto music was. Like, I had never really been exposed to like true conjunto music like that. And I was like, what is this? I love this. I felt it in my soul. Like, it was just, it just spoke to me. And to this day, the 2Gs are just, one of my biggest inspirations. I love them so much.
Now, before you go, I wanted to ask you, because people, despite your fame, they really don't know you. What is something that you want people to know about you that they don't know? Something that sincerely you'd like for them to know? Either how hard it is to do what you do, or just something.
I'm a horrible cook.
Wow.
I'm not horrible, but I like Gabriel's definitely a better cook than me. Like, he could go to the refrigerator and just pick stuff out and make something amazing. And I'm like, golly, like, I didn't even see that there. Like, where did you find that? But I don't know. I'm super, super easy to get along with. I'm, like, what you see is what you get with me. Like, I'm, I love what I do, and I'm so grateful to even have this opportunity to be able to do this for so many years. I knew that I was going to be a singer, and I knew that I wanted to do this, but I didn't know how I was going to be received in Texas, and that was a big thing for me. And then, like I mentioned earlier about having kids at an early age, and so early on in my career, I really didn't know how long I would be doing this, but it's so amazing to know that, like, in the 30 years that I've been doing this, I've never not had a band. I've had a band the entire time. I've toured this whole time. I've always done music. I've never had a regular job. It's always been music. And so I'm not saying that to to pat myself on the back or anything like that. I'm just saying that
commitment.
I graciously am saying thank you to everyone out there for listening to my music and for allowing me to do this for so long, because I didn't know if I would, I didn't know if I could, because I wasn't sure, just how I would be received. A lot of people are like, oh, they're never gonna, you're never gonna be part of it because you're not from here. You're not originally from Texas. And, maybe to an extent that's true, but I've lived here now in Texas longer than I lived in New Mexico. My children were born here. My husband's from here. My whole family lives here now. My whole immediate family, my parents moved here with me, my brothers, my sister, and we've all, made our families here now. And I'm just, so thankful. So I want y'all to know that I'm so, so, so grateful to be able to continue to do this, what I love and what I dreamt of doing my whole life since a little girl. I'm thankful for the opportunities. I'm thankful for you guys coming out to the shows and for supporting my music and buying my merchandise and just, being a part of my life for the past 30 years. I'm beyond grateful. And I don't know how else to say that, but just thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of this industry. Thank you for letting me be part of your lives and the soundtrack to your lives if you've listened to my music throughout the 30 years that I've been in the industry. So what you see is what you get from me, because I want people to know that I'm genuine, and I do really, really care about how people like my music. It's not just putting music out to put music out to survive. I put music out that I love, and music that I hope that you're gonna love as well. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Awesome. Confession. When you invited me to sing El Ausente and I went out to Vegas, I was deathly afraid of you the entire time.
Why?
Because I am an introvert just like you are. And the thing is, you are such an awesome singer. And I went, oh man, I hope I don't bring the show down. Oh my God.
No, that was so cool. That was really cool. I got so many people that loved that, and it was
You're
just
scary.
no,
You are scary.
no.
So that's my confession to you.
What things? Well, now you saw how excited and nervous I was too for like tell you, but I was just like, oh Lord, I'm like,
Here's my confession. I got one. I got a confession.
okay.
Went to the studio, and I'm like, I hope Stephanie doesn't walk in here because what am I supposed to do? I think I'll just leave.
No.
But no, it was just a normal handshake. Hey, how you doing? It was just like so normal, but that's not what I was expecting. Her persona is so huge, you
Huge.
know. Yes, yeah. So
How would you feel if you walked in, if Dolly Parton walked in to say hi to you? It's that kind of feeling. It's like
that's what we feel like towards
in the
Stephanie.
presence of greatness, and oh crap, I hope I don't screw this up.
That's so sweet, you guys. Thank you. I don't see myself like that at all. At all. At all. No, it's funny that now that you said that, Tina Mares, she's a Filipino artist, and she came over. Gabe used to work out of the house, and he had his studio kind of like in the garage, and he had converted it and made his place there to do his music. And she came over one day to record her single, and she was late, and Gabe's like, well, just let me know when she's here. She's gonna ring the doorbell. Just let me know when she gets here. And she was late, and then she comes to the door, and she's looking at me like kind of like weird, and I'm like, are you okay? Are you all right? And she was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm excited, and you could tell she was a little nervous. I'm like, chill out, you're good, like everything's fine. And then like later on, like a couple of years later, she's like, I have to confess something, and I'm like, what? And she goes, girl, I was outside your house throwing up. I'm like, why? No, like,
Yeah, you're in the studio, like, man, I hope she can't hear me singing.
No. So I mess up all the time. Like I mess up. Like I don't. Like these are not one takes. These are not. No, it's nothing like that. It's like I have to work just as hard, and it's I'm very hard on myself. Like if it doesn't sound right, if I'm not happy with it, I will go back and I will change one word. And Gabriel will be like, are you serious right now? And I'm like, yes. Like I just can't leave it because it's gonna bug me every time I hear it. So like I've learned throughout the years, because I did that on a few songs, and I'm like, I can't even listen to it. Change the song. So I will go back and I will change a word because I don't like it. So don't think that like what I do is like that in the studio, because it's not perfect ever. And I'm just I'm human. I'm just like you guys, and no.
Okay, Stephanie, it's been 45 minutes since I sounded the 1 hour mark. We don't want to keep you too much longer. We're glad you're here.
We do for a little bit, because we actually have to introduce her brand new single out to the world in case they haven't heard it yet. So we're gonna have it here for everybody. So
I like Kissy Toes.
Yes, Kissy Toes. Kissy Toes. That's a whole other song. That's a whole other song.
Confession. I'm not wearing any shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Now you're gonna convince D to stand up. D, don't stand up, please.
He's gonna show his feet now.
No, I'm not wearing no Johnny C.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
I'm comfortable in my
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Thanks, Steph. Thanks for that.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Yes, Quesitos.
Yes. So tell us right before we play the song. Tell us a little bit about it. What was the motivation behind Kissy Toes?
Got me coughing over here.
I'm gonna start calling it wrong now. Kissy Toes.
There you go. Yes. So so Quesitos is something that I've always kind of said. Like I would make my Facebook posts, and it was just using kisses and besitos together, and so I would say Quesitos as like kind of like just a little like something that was mine, something that I kind of said after after every post. And then when my daughter had my grandson Saint, I would always tell him, I said, can you give me quesitos? I would tell him, and that's the only way he'll kiss me now. He doesn't kiss me if I say, can I have kisses or besitos? I have to say quesitos, and he kisses me. So that became that. And then so Gabriel came home one night as we were working on one of the songs, and we had the music. He had the music, all pretty much arranged, and we had like kind of like humming. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, just how you've affected the industry by singing, dancing, fashion, changing the vernacular. Now, quesitos is going to be part of the English language.
And can't get a shots also.
Shots. Yeah, you're changing the vernacular. Yeah, so I'm illustrating the ways you've affected life on the planet. So, gosh, here's another one. Okay.
And hanging out with the comadre.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Oh
All right.
Yes, so Quesitos was born.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't heard it, we do have it right here on Tejano TV, and of course, it's playing now on Mas Chingon Radio. Is it on all the streaming platforms yet?
Yes, it's everywhere. It's available everywhere. So you guys go download it, share it, like it, all that good stuff. Add it to your playlist.
There you go. Make sure you guys check it out. And this is Stefani Montiel's brand new single, Quesitos, right here on the Three Amigos Show.
De ti no me quito, eres tú mi amorcito, mi dulce placer. Te quiero conmigo, de verdad te lo digo, me haces enloquecer. No me canso de ver todas las fotos donde estamos sonriendo como locos. Imposible olvidar las noches de amor, eres incomparable, bebé. Si no estás neta, si me pongo triste, tan profundo en mi alma te metiste, ven, lléname de tus besitos, regálame esos quesitos exquisitos, bebé. De ti no me quito, eres tú mi amorcito, mi dulce placer. Yo te quiero conmigo, de verdad te lo digo, me haces enloquecer. No me canso de ver todas las fotos donde estamos sonriendo como locos. Imposible olvidar las noches de amor, eres incomparable, bebé. Si no estás neta, si me pongo triste, tan profundo en mi alma te metiste, ven, lléname de tus besitos, regálame esos quesitos exquisitos, lléname de tus besitos, regálame esos quesitos exquisitos.
Hey guys, it's Vicky B. Make sure you stay tuned for my new show, Cantamos con Vicky B, available only on Tejano TV.
You're watching Tejano TV, your 24-hour source for great entertainment. Videos of your favorite Tejano stars all day, all night. Find out what's happening in Tejano with the Tejano Tom podcast with Keith Leal. Keep track of hit videos with the top 10 video music countdown. Tune in for in-depth interviews with the stars on the Three Amigos show. And check out videos new and old on our latest edition, Cantamos con Vicky B. As always, there's lots to see here on Tejano TV, now available on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick.
I think we
Good
know
job,
the
Marcus.
hostages. Oh, good.
What?
I was like, great job, Marcus.
No,
I know
yeah.
the only voiceover he'll do. Come on, we need to
The-
use the voice more.
D, you're the voice of Tejano TV, so I don't want to take over. I'm learning.
I love it.
But
This is
but
so
Stephanie,
cool.
that is a great song.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
on that.
you. Thanks so
We do have a comment. Are you gonna do a music video for it?
Yes, we were hoping to. We were actually just talking about it this morning because we had been kind of, tossing around ideas on what to do. So we were talking about it this morning. So yes, it's coming up.
Nice. All right, but before we release her from captivity here
I
on the
know.
Amigo show, let's see who we got for next week. We actually have 2 shows for next week, so let's see who we got.
This week on the Three Amigos show.
He's a conjunto powerhouse who's played with the who's who of Tejano music. We're talking singer and accordionist J.R. Gomez. I tell you, he's one bad mother. But I'm talking about J.R. Be here on November 7th with the Three Amigos show interviews J.R. Gomez.
Right here on the Three Amigos show.
All right, that's going to be an awesome show right there. So, J.R. Gomez next week. And let's see who else we have for Wednesday.
This week on the Three Amigos show.
Hot off their win at the 43rd Annual Tejano Music Awards, the Three Amigos show welcomes Mike Gonzalez and Di Marie of the supergroup Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics. Join us Wednesday, October 8th as the Three Amigos show hosts Mike G and Di Marie. You've heard their music, you've seen their shows, and now you get to hear it from them what it's like to garner success after success in the Tejano industry on their own terms.
Right here on the Three Amigos show.
All right.
There
Big congratulations to them on their wins at the Tejano Music Awards last weekend. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened, but one of the bottles ended up empty.
Because of the Iconics.
How does that happen?
I won't give away no names. I'll let them speak on that next week.
Wasn't me.
Some people wanted to stay away from that subject, but it was good. They really enjoyed the tequila, and a lot of them are gonna hit up Marasul now for sponsorships. So I'm sure they're getting bombarded by calls now, but it's awesome tequila. Make sure you guys try it. But those are our shows for next week. And Stephanie, thank you so much for being a good sport and being on our show. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
And much
Thank you.
continued success to you, my dear. You're doing an awesome job.
Thanks,
Yes.
guys. Y'all are
And we can't wait for the next 8 videos that you have in a row for us.
It'll be 15 songs back to back.
Thanks, guys. No, I appreciate y'all. Much respect to all 3 of you guys. And kudos for everything you guys are doing. I mean, the show looks amazing, sounds amazing, and the 3 of you collectively coming together to do this is just super cool. No, this is awesome. I love it. And it was such a pleasure getting to spend some time with y'all today. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Again, thanks for the support with the songs and the videos and everything else. I'll continue on, playing so that we can make it #1 again next week. Gabriel and I'll just keep playing it over.
They're gonna stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning. Click, 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 click.
Kidding.
Last question.
Okay.
Which side is your bad side? Come on. I can't find it.
Bad side?
Do you have a bad side?
No.
Yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, as I'm getting older, I'm like, I hate to watch like back at the shows or whatever. I'm like, no. I don't have a favorite side. I don't know. I'm not like Mariah Carey. She can only like do like one side. I'm like, it is what it is. You get what you get. That's it.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank
We
you
had a
guys.
wonderful
Thank you
time.
to Tejano TV. We love you guys. Mas Chingon Radio. Thank you guys. Juan, D, and of course Marcus. We love you guys. Thanks, and to everyone.
Wait, of course, Marcus. Wait, huh?
Come on, D. Give me
Of course, Marcus.
She don't want to
Of
leave me
course,
out.
the whole crew. We appreciate you guys. And continued success in everything that you guys are doing. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Thank you. Big shout
Thank
out going
you.
out to Gabriel, Sasha, all the rest of the members of your band,
Thank you.
everybody, your dad, and just congratulations. Everything looks awesome. And maybe we'll get you back on the show after you release your next 20 videos and singles and stuff.
Yeah, because I want to ask how do you have a band of 10 members? Who's getting the family discount on pay out there? You can't hold a band of 10 people together without some kind of influence. So either she's got information on them that they have to stay in the band, or she's paying them big freaking bucks.
Oh, man.
But that's for next time.
Okay, next time. We'll talk about that next time.
There you go.
10 people.
There you go.
Thanks, guys. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Well, make sure you stick around real quick because we need to get some drops from you after the show. So stick around for a minute. But we want to thank Ms. Stefani Montiel for being with us here. And, of course, we want to thank our sponsors, my baby Lila Cervantes with Lila Lisa Promotions, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Danny Farias, Janie's Record Shop, and, of course, Mar Azul Tequila, the face of tequila. I am El Más Chingón, Juan Mendoza.
And I'm Baby D.
The Midnight Mariachi, Marcus Daniels.
And I'm Stephanie.
All right. And we'll see you guys next week with J.R. Gomez, Mike Gonzalez, and, of course, Miss Di Marie. We're out of here.
Next
time on The Three Amigos Show.
He's a conjunto powerhouse who's played with the who's who of Tejano music. We're talking singer and accordionist J.R. Gomez. I tell you, he's one bad mother. But I'm talking about J.R. Be here on November 7th with The Three Amigos Show interviews J.R. Gomez. Hot off their win at the 43rd Annual Tejano Music Awards, The Three Amigos Show welcomes Mike Gonzalez and Di Marie of the supergroup Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics. Join us Wednesday, October 8th as The Three Amigos Show hosts Mike G and Di Marie. You've heard their music, you've seen their shows, and now you get to hear it from them what it's like to garner success after success in the Tejano industry on their own terms.
Right here on The Three Amigos Show.
Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com, musician Danny Farias, Mar Azul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view The Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices. The Three Amigos Show.